Hello, and welcome. My name is MiniBetrayal, and this is Factorio Megabase, where last episode we set up a whole bunch of circuit production. Today we are moving on with production of speed modules, rocket control units, low density structures, solid fuel, and rocket fuel. So we've got a bunch to do today. So let's launch straight into it. First up, I want to point out I made a mistake with my calculations here. Nothing massive, it's just after making the processing units, we have less than one belt of red circuits coming out. That's fine, it's totally fine. It's just had some unnecessary belts there, and on my first attempt recording this, where I left my damn microphone on mute, that was confusing me. So I'm going to start off by getting rid of that. Right. Next. Okay, so we're going to start off with the speed modules. Now, luckily I didn't get too far with my accidental muted recording. But let's see if I pop that down there. Speed modules. Okay, first up, these cannot be productivity'd. Productivity module can only be used on intermediate products. Speed modules themselves are not intermediate products. This is good news, bad news. Good news because it means we can speed them up even more, and also makes the calculations a lot simpler. Bad news is we need slightly more materials to actually make them. But anyway, in total we need 8.5 and a bit speed modules per second, which with a machine with a crafting speed of whatever this works out to be a crafting speed of 8.75, I worked it out earlier as needing 15 machines. So what we're going to do is have 3 rows of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and in fact, let's just copy that. There we go. One of those down there, and I can get rid of them. Okay, inputs and outputs are relatively easy. Input to there, output from there, with, I'll give them stack inserters on the way in, but they can get away with normal inserters on the way out. There's our module. 1, 2, 3. Okay, as for wiring it up, so to speak, we'll have red circuits come in on this side. So there we go. Oh, actually, yeah. On that side. Like that. And green circuits come in on t'other side. Yeah, in total we need, oh, where is it on my spreadsheet? We need 42.5 of each circuit. We've got 42.5 exactly left on this red belt. That is the last of the red circuits we need. As for the green circuits, thank you, autosave. You know what? No, actually, I do need that one there. I need an underground belt there. I think I'll priority split these as well, because I haven't yet worked out exactly how many green circuits I'll have left after this. I suspect it will only be 2 belts worth, but safe than sorry and all of that. That should just get that working. Okay, we're only making 8.5 of these a second, so these can easily fit on just one side of one belt. Like that. Marvellous. Okay, so that is the speed modules. Next up is rocket control units. Rocket control units themselves are made from a speed module and a processing unit. We need 11.9 of them. So we've got speed modules down there. We have processing units up here now. Probably... Actually, rather than move things all over the place, let's just have the processing units come down here. What else are processing units used for? Let me check the spreadsheet again. Okay, processing units are also used as just a thing to make the satellite. So I don't need a huge amount of them to go to the satellite. But what I'll do is that. So I may as well just mix them there. That will go off to wherever the satellite is. And for the rocket control units, we need the 8.5 speed modules we're making and 8.5 of those processing units. Again, easily both fitting on one side of a belt. And we need them with productivity modules to become 11.9 rocket control units. So let's grab one of them. Rocket control units are intermediate products, so they can be productivitied. Put some of those on the other side as well. Power it. What's the speed? 5.5. Okay, and... these are made in 30 seconds though, so I'll probably need quite a few of these. We need, what did I say, 11.9. 11.9 is what we need, so I divide that by the speed of the machine, which is 5.5, the amount of things it makes, which is just 1, the productivity of the machine there, which is 1.4, and then the speed, which is 1 over 30. 46 machines? 47 machines? I mean, alright. It's more than I was expecting, but I guess it takes a long time. So, let's see, we've got 5 there. 46 machines. Well, it's actually 46.4 machines. If I round that up to 48, 6 8s are 48. So I can have 6 machines there. And 8 columns. They just need inputs. Ooh, power doesn't quite reach like that. That's unfortunate. That'll cover it. Alright, so I need 8 of these modules. Too easy. 1. Let's try that again. 1. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that might have been 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that's 8. Build! Of course I'm short on beacons. Oh, I'm short on belts as well. Alright. Pick up the rocks. And, yeah, we're making 11.9 of these. So, again, these can all fit on just one side of a belt. Let's go and get some stuff from the train. I'll finish that off, and we will move on. Alright, next up are low-density structures. So, low-density structures are made from copper plate, steel plate, and plastic bars, all of which we have. And we need 13.57 of these per second. We need the same amount as the rocket control units to, actually build the rocket, the 11.9. But we also need a couple more for the satellite. Let's see, where is my spare copper at the moment? Okay, spare copper is up here. So spare copper's up there, spare plastic is down there, and steel is down there. So I think I'll bring the copper down to meet the other two. Alright. Steel, copper, plastic. Not very much plastic. Right. What do we need, like in terms of... anything else? Like, does the steel, copper, and plastic go anywhere else? That's my question. That's what I'm trying to ask here. Right, I've looked through my spreadsheet, and the answer is yes, kind of. Steel is also used to make, well, I think it was solar panels? Yes, some of the steel is used to make solar panels. Some of the copper is also used to make solar panels. Some of the copper is also used to make batteries for accumulators. But all of the plastic is safe. We can use all of the plastic. So I'm going to do that. In terms of what we need to peel off, I can add that up now actually as well. Batteries need 6.5-ish copper plate per second. Solar panels need 8 1/3 copper plate per second. And solar panels need 8 1/3 steel plate. So in fact, I think I can do this. Actually, let's do that. That is the copper and steel that we will need for everything else. All of that can just plug straight into low density structures. Okay, so how many low density structures did I say we need? 13.57. If I'll just copy that, bring it down here for a second. Give us some power. Swap these over to make low density structures, please. Okay, these are made in 20 seconds. Okay, so maths time. 13.57 per second is what we need. We're dividing that by the crafting speed of these guys. Oh, I thought that would get power from somewhere. Crafting speed is 5.5. Oh, I've run out of speed models. Hang on. Yeah, crafting speed is 5.5, so we divide that by 5.5 multiplied by the productivity of 1.4, divide that by the crafting time of 20. 36 machines. 6 rows of 6, I'm hearing. Oh, actually, I can't do this, though, because they have 3 things coming in. Okay, what was the... Yeah, because they've got 3 things coming in, I'm going to need this kind of setup. Let's bring that down here. Get these switched over. Let's have a look and see what that says. Okay, these now have a crafting speed of just 3. So if I plug that into the same calculation, we need 65. 65 of these. Okay, that's quite a lot. Alright, let's round it up to 66 and have 11 modules. Okay, that's all in. Nothing is flashing. We have 66 of these machines. Then I just need to feed in the relevant stuff. Okay, so steel will feed into one side of each of these kind of belts. Okay, here's hoping this works. Not quite. I'm missing a thing. Not there. There. Other than that, I think we have steel being fed to all of these machines now. Good. In fact, I've actually got a bit too much belt on the end of some of these. Alright, into the other side of the same belt, so into each of these, I need to feed my plastic. As for how to do that, alright, firstly I'm going to make things easier for myself by bringing the plastic over this side first, and then down. Right, so according to my calculations, on this, or collectively on these 2 belts, I think we have about 48-ish plastic per second. That's why we need the 2 belts. Yeah, slightly less than 48.5. But each one of these, columns of 6, so it uses 5 plastic bars in 20 seconds, which is a quarter. at a speed of 3, so 3/4, and there's 6 machines, so 3/4 of 6 is 4. So after just the first one, we'll be down to 1 belt. So I'm going to see if I can take advantage of that. Okay, I think that'll work. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but I think it will work. Now, of course, we've got no plastic at the moment because I have oil switched off. I guess I could switch it on a bit. See some plastic running through. Let's get the copper hooked up first. Okay, so I know that we're going to use all of this copper. So I'm just going to do a very basic priority split. Output left. And rinse and repeat on all of the copper lines. Okay, then I just need the down lines, which is easy, really. Okay, well, some of them managed to pick up a little bit of plastic, so we're already getting some. How many of these are we making? 13.5. Again, that will easily fit on a single side of a belt. I keep forgetting that's a feature. I mean, I get why. I wonder if there's a setting to turn that off. Okay, let's go flip on the oil, see what we're making. There it is. Okay, it took a bit of time to get up here, but that looks like it is incoming plastic. That line on the left looks a little dreary at the moment. Okay, while I wait for this to fill up, let me go and diagnose that quickly. Okay, no problems. It's just with the way things are set up, the chemical plants that put plastic on that line are the last to get petroleum. But this should start filling up, and it will back up reasonably quickly, actually. However, we do have to wait for the red circuits to get their fill of plastic before we'll get more than a single line down here. Okay, red circuits are filling up, which means the plastic is backing up, and we should start seeing a second line of plastic come towards, there it is, come towards the low density structures, which are doing a fairly good job of backing up on their own, actually. Remember, in reality, this is only very slightly more than 1 belt. Throughput is weird, especially when you haven't built everything yet. Alright, that is all backed up. Wonderful, lovely, excellent, good, and marvellous. Right, so, last thing on today's list is solid fuel, and then from that into rocket fuel. So, that is basically all coming from light oil. These are just some tanks I put down so it wouldn't back up while we were testing the not the productivity, the low density structures there. Okay, but this is our light oil. We have, where is it? 790.88 light oil per second to, actually I should probably switch this off. There we go. Yes, 790.88 light oil per second to take care of. We need to turn the vast majority of that into 90.98, call it 100 solid fuel per second. Then that 100 solid fuel per second and the remaining light oil is all converted into 12.74 rocket fuel per second. Okay, first up, I have no chemical plants on. I have 7 chemical plants. That is not enough chemical plants. Let me go grab some. Right, so first the easy bit. We need, as I said, 100 solid fuel per second. Solid fuel is from light oil. It's made in a chemical plant. Now, I could use these really fast ones. I don't think I will, though. Let me just get, like, a normal row set up. Am I going to be able to squeeze it in there? Probably not. Let's not put it there. Let's go sideways. Right, so we'll get a chemical plant in there then. You're making solid fuel from light oil, productivitied, and speeded. Right, how fast do you go? You go... no power. Naturally. 4.55. Okay. And that tells me 31 machines. Seems doable. So we'll have pipes as input. We'll have one of these as an output. And we'll just take it over there. Okay. So that's 1. Okay, then we just need to power all of this. Okay, a little bit of tidy up. Wasn't much tidy up, but there you go. Right, and then underground pipe from there to there, and from there to there, and one more pipe there. We have solid fuel. Except what the hell am I doing? Because there is no way in hell that that much solid fuel will fit on one side of a blue belt. I'm gonna cheat. I could do this in a better way, but if I just bump these up to the ultimate belt, which has a complete throughput of 270, then my 90.98 will fit on one side of it. Cheeky, I know, but I won't tell if you won't. Right, so next up is the rocket fuel, which uses 10 solid fuel, 10 light oil, and 30 seconds to make 1 rocket fuel. We need 12.738 rocket fuel. The difficulty here, though, is that because the rocket fuel is made in an assembling machine and it has a solid input as well as a solid output and the fluid input, I think I might have to use the same kind of system I did with the blue circuits here. Okay, I think a system like this will work. So I'll have the output coming along this belt here. I've got an input for solid fuel, which I actually want to turn around. That's fine. That will come there, and also an input for solid fuel there. And let's see, this is actually, no, that's an output. Yeah, I'll have my outputs go to the left, actually. And then this is an input. So actually, this is an output that goes that way and comes up here to merge with that belt. Okay. So using this system, these only have a crafting speed of 3, which means, and I can't, I'm sure this isn't a coincidence, but this means that I need 90.986394557 machines making rocket fuel, which is exactly the amount of solid fuel I'm making. I don't know if there's a way to take advantage of that fact. Probably. But instead what I'm going to do is take this and copy it. So remember, we've got 31 machines in that row there, which means basically if I bring this along, so if that's 31 machines, this should be 29 machines in a row so far. Yeah, so I need one more. And then just add one extra on the end like that. And I think that's all we have to do. That is 91 assembly machines there. So we need 90.986, cutting it pretty close. I could always add an extra one in there if I need to. Then all I need to do is get the solid fuel in. So we've got 90 split almost exactly 3 ways. So that will be 30 each way. That can fit on a full blue belt, but not a half blue belt. So I'm going to have to be careful about how I do this. So I think something like this will do it. So as the belt comes up here, it'll get split and then split again, and it's not going down to the blue belt until it's getting like some from each side. So that should like easily compress that belt, or as much as it needs to be anyway. And then we take that up to there. We've got 3 inputs. I think that's all we need to do. Let's turn oil on and see what blows up first. Okay, so we're getting solid fuel racing along there. Whoops. That's in the wrong place. That is supposed to be up there. That is the input line. Okay, well, again, that's why we test these things. Okay, but all of this line is working. The top two lines, yeah, are just waiting for the solid fuel to get far enough along the belt. Okay, well that is finally starting to back up on the solid fuel. You can see down there that these ones are starting to stop. And the solid fuel is all the way along the belts. This is probably mostly because we're filling up on rocket fuel so much as anything else, but I think we can call that a success. Okay, so what is left to do? Well, we have essentially the rocket and the satellite. So for the rocket, we just need to bring rocket fuel, low density structures and RCUs together. For the satellite, we do also need to make solar panels, accumulators and some token amount of radars. Then we need to put it all together. So we are getting very, very close. But that is going to be it for this episode. As always, you know, if you have spotted any glaring errors, please do let me know. In the meantime, though, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.